Hey, it's Bill, and welcome to Level Up Your Legacy, where we inspire and equip leaders to live a legacy so that they can leave a legacy and show the way for the next generation. So, what do you do if you have a challenging person in your life? You know, that person, that picture, that image is probably coming to your mind right now because why? Well, most all of us have people in our lives who are challenging or difficult at some level. We all have them, right? Maybe it's their personality that grates on us. Maybe they act like a victim, or they're emotionally fragile. Maybe they're OCD, or, they have perfectionistic tendencies that may drive you crazy. Maybe there are people like me who don't follow through sometimes on their commitments or don't finish things that they start. There are 1,000 things about people that can really make it frustrating in our relationships with, and at times makes it hard to get through to that person. So what do you do instead of what we typically do of kind of marginalizing people, or when we see this person coming down the hall, we kind of hide in the restroom or look the other way and pretend like we don't see them? Instead of taking that approach to marginalize people, I'd like to encourage you to consider a totally different approach. And one of the keys to really getting through to challenging people is making them feel valuable. Oftentimes, the reason that challenging people are challenging or do things that are driving us crazy is that they don't feel like people care about them. They've been putting things out into the world and, sending signals out that they want to have a relationship, or that, they want to know that people value them, or know that they matter, know that they belong to a group or a team. And maybe those signals haven't been received. And so what happens a lot of times is the reason that people do things that drive us crazy, that's just noise. Something deeper is going on. They have a need that's not being met. And oftentimes it's a core need for love, for compassion. Mark Goldstein talks about this in his book, Just Listen. And one of the simple principles he shares is to make people feel valuable. And when we do, we give them this sense that they matter, that they have a reason for being on this earth, that there's a reason that they consume oxygen every day. And when we can help someone feel valuable, we create in them a biological urge to reciprocate that back toward us. What is that biological urge? Well, there are things in our brains called mirror neurons. Mirror neurons are those neurons that give us the ability to mirror the emotions and actions of others in our own minds. So when someone does something kind or compassionate for you, what are you motivated to do in response? Something kind and compassionate in return. A couple of months ago, we were preparing for my son's graduation party. And if you ever want to get stuff done around your house, plan an event. We had 130 people or so who were going to be coming, and there was a lot of stuff that we wanted to get done for that day. My wife is an amazing planner, and she's very organized, and we were doing great with getting most all of those things done. But it doesn't matter how well organized or prepared you are. When you get to the day of, there's like always things that you weren't thinking about, right? So we had a number of things that we just needed to get done, and everything was coming down to the wire, and we were just a few hours away. And the cool thing about this weekend is my whole family came to be part of my son's graduation party, and we had someone that stayed at our house. And what was amazing, as we got closer to the event of that day, my family, without even asking, they just kind of stepped in and surrounded us, and they just started doing stuff for us, stuff that they realized that needed done. They could kind of see the stress, and they could kind of see that we needed help, and they just helped. And as I sat there a little bit later that evening and the party was happening, I was so overwhelmed, like I almost came to tears when I thought about all the ways that my family had served us throughout the day and were continuing to do it into the night. So we could just kind of be with people, and just talk to the folks who had come, our guests, without worrying about, taking care of tasks or making sure that the beverages were, restocked and all those things. They said, just go be with people. Let us handle it. Like, I was so blown away by that. Later the next week, I sat down and I wrote out personal cards to every one of them, letting them know just how much that touched me that they had done that. What was going on there? The mirror neurons were firing. They had shown kindness toward us, and I just felt like I had to reciprocate that at some level. Or the reason that we have challenging people on our teams or in our lives at some level, the reason they are challenging is because they feel like someone stepped on their emotional air hose. They have needs to know that they matter, that they're valued, that they're respected, that they bring something to the team that's deeply significant, that they're unique and irreplaceable. And a lot of times people don't feel that. And so they start to act out in unhealthy ways, which doesn't serve them well, but nevertheless, that's what's going on. And if we can look past the noise of all that to see the deeper need and just do simple, intentional things to make them feel valuable, that can change the entire trajectory of that relationship. I know that sounds pretty simple and basic, but friends, listen, most of the issues in life where goofy human stuff happens in behavioral and relationships is because a core basic fundamental need has not been met. And when you can do this, it'll cause you to be an incredibly influential person and to start to really help people who are stuck and to be able to move forward in their lives. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Hey, thanks again for watching today's video. And before you go to the bottom of the screen, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure you go to BillCoxCoaching.com, sign up for our regular newsletter to help you move from success to significance and lead your life in such a way that you live a legacy. Have a great day.